Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 3 of the anime series Hitsugi no Chaika, or Chaika, the Coffin Princess. And there were a lot of really interesting new facets added to the overall story of the series within this particular episode, I have to say, which sees Chaika, Toru, and Dakari coming to the town of Ipsum, and largely comically needing to find a way to hide the coffin Chaika carries wherever she goes, as to avoid all the negative attention the locals are giving them, feeling it must mean some kind of dark omen or some such. And while the trio manages to actually get some eats and some vague info about their next target in the 8 heroes who will likely possess further relics or remains of Arthur Gaz's body, which is what Chaika's looking for, they do not actually manage to swing any local lodgings. And this is where we're introduced to Guy, or so he'd like to be called, a ghost or more likely hologram of sorts that actually helps Chaika with information and details that'll lead her to her next quarry. Toru and Dakari are somewhat untrusting of his claims of a nearby waterhole to the town that has some abandoned vehicles at its edges, remnants of an ages-old battle that took place in the surrounding woods just outside of Ipsum, but all of this actually proves to be true, giving us the hilarity of such feats as Chaika managing to not only clean, fix up, and start one of the vehicles, which Toru says actually runs on magic, so that neither he or Akari could actually drive it themselves, but also Chaika subsequently almost ramming it headlong into the waterhole itself, as well as her magically exploded chicken or turkey, whatever it was, which resulted out of the fact that Chaika's faith in her magic's cooking abilities outweighs her faith in traditional cooking. You know, on a spit, with fire. All the while this is going on, Alberic Gillette and his people are right on the trio's coattails, separating and searching Ipsum for them. I really like that we're actually getting to see more of his team's personalities herein, from Nikolai's assurances that he's only just suffered a scratch in his tangle with Toru in the previous episode, to green-haired Zeta's singular wit suggestion that the reason the orange-haired Vivi's so all-consumed with passion to seek vengeance against Toru for his having seemingly disgraced Gillette in the previous episode is a product of her having likely a crush on Gillette. But the real turn of the tide comes toward the end of the episode when Toru, who's now starting to show some backbone and even takes charge of the trio's next steps in seeking the rumored Dragoon Cavalier, the second of the 8 heroes, Dominika Skoda, leads them into the dark and murky nighttime woods surrounding Ipsum, into the den of a pack of dog-like Phelas called Othros instead. This because the haunting fireside legends Akari tells them about dragoons, giant dragon-like Phelas by all accounts, suggest they actually hibernate at night, thus making the approaching of Skoda, whose deal-making mastery of a dragoon is of some renown, less of an issue. But Toru ends up having to act fast and splits off from the vehicle Chaika's driving, telling Akari to keep her safe while he leaps off to confront the Othros. He'd soon be all but defeated by them were it not for the timely intervention of Dominika Skoda herself, coming in to save him at the last second. And that's exactly where we end the episode, giving us a lot of depth to the characters as well as their relationships and the overall mythology of the story. It's racked in mystery. What is it that Chaika's ultimate goal is? Who is leading her perhaps like a marionette, or is she actually doing this of her own volition? And if you listen to Gillette's people, make you wonder what exactly is going on. They talk about many different Chaikas having been arrested in the course of their trying to stop her from gathering these relics and recreating the Gaz Empire that was said to be her father's, and even one of his people asks the question point blank, are we even sure that Arthur Gaz had a daughter? So there's plenty of mysteries going on in this series, plenty of action and some phenomenal elements all throughout, and I'm loving the hell out of it. So yeah, otherwise that'll be pretty much it for me on this. I hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.